Do you ever look back at a time in your life and on a memory and you wish you were more aware of how good those old days were, those old memories when you were in them, and you're thinking, if only I knew then what I know now? If you've ever had this experience, it's called subjective thinking, and it's also known as putting things into perspective. So in this video, I'm hopefully going to get you to realize that you don't have to wait for something to become a memory in order for you to realize that you're in the moment. You might have heard the saying, imagination is the key to happiness. While it's not a famous saying, it definitely holds a certain truth to it. And it's probably true that it's the most important part of creating happiness, but it's not the only part of the process of creating a happy and fulfilled life. There's no magic wand. There's no magic technique. There's no magic word that can fix everything. And I want to get this message across. This is probably the most important thing that you learn. There's no one fix that fixes everything all the time. However, each little technique and each little word that you say holds a bit of power. And if you're consistent with it, every small change can make an impact in your life. And if you combine all of this together as an overall mindset, you will definitely have a realistic way to create a much happier and fulfilled life. So rather than seeking a magic fix from one single video, which is what I used to look for, consider every technique that you learn from me as an accumulation of wisdom and an accumulation of insight from the videos that you learn from everybody, everything that you've learned over the past few years. It's insight that helps you to evolve to a more productive way of thinking overall. So use these techniques as tools that help you to understand that you don't need to keep feeling bad. There's so many ways to change how you feel. It's just a matter of just learning a few techniques and developing an overall mindset that you can feel good after feeling bad really quickly. So each of these videos adds overall value to your life by helping you to create a positive way of thinking, and it becomes a tool to help you to upgrade your mindset, and also it helps you to upgrade your personality, because your personality changes when you start to change your mind in a positive way. And remember, you're using these techniques to free yourself when you're feeling down, and you're using them as leverage intentionally to change how you feel in that moment when you're feeling bad. So consider this. You're using all the techniques that you've learned from me and everybody else as stepping stones to get yourself to a better place. So let's do a mental exercise that I find works really well to help you to put things into perspective and make clear decisions and avoid regrets. So it's a simple technique. Don't overlook it. It's very powerful. And if you implement this into your life, it'll change your life in a really good way. And sometimes your mind might be going, yeah, but no, but what if? Just do it, try it out and see how it works. So for the moment, we're going to call this the time machine method. So close your eyes if you're in the position to close your eyes. If you're doing something that requires your attention, like driving, definitely don't close your eyes. So if you're sitting there and you've got the ability to be able to close your eyes safely without having to attend to anything, you can close your eyes, or you can do this with your eyes open. Either way is good. Eventually, you're going to do this technique in a split second. It's going to be just like really quick in your when you get used to it. I can do it in a couple of seconds. So close your eyes and imagine that you zoom out of your body and into the future, into a future time when you're much older. And imagine that you're looking back and reflecting on your life at the ripe age of 96. And everything that you were worrying about is now just a distant memory. So you're looking back in this moment, and everything that you were worried about in this moment, not like the past, the whole past, but just this moment. It's a distant memory and you're looking back on it. And that you're worried about and you're thinking, what was that all about? You know the way you do when you look back in your life? You're doing it now from the future. Subjectively looking back in your life. Now imagine asking yourself the question that most people only get to do when they're old. If I had a chance to go back, you're asking yourself, how could I have been more helpful, knowing that life is a process and it's all going to change anyway? Knowing that life is a process and it's all going to change anyway. What would I look back and wish that I could do? Would I look back and wish that I could do nothing? Or to go back and be the victim and complain? Or would I wish to go back and be just the best me that I could be, helping all the other people in my life that were there at that time? Knowing what I know now from this point of view, and they're probably all passed away at that stage when you're 96, you know? And you're thinking, if only I knew then what I know now, just go back and make them a cup of tea. Simple. Even though they were cranky and they gave out and they were awkward to deal with sometimes. If I could just go back, I could just do, imagine asking yourself, if I could go back, what are some of the small things that I can do to help others to feel better without seeking approval, and pick something small enough so that you can do it, realistically small enough so you'll do it. So you're sitting there here in the future at 96 years of age, and you're evaluating your current situation from a distance, and you're seeing all of the other choices that are available to you. You're looking back at all the other ways you could do things. And you're thinking, oh, if I could just go back to that time with this perspective, how could I contribute positively? What's one small thing that I could do to improve not only my own life, but life in general? So that I could leave this world a little bit better than it was when I came into it. What's one question that I could ask myself? And I'm going to give you this question that you can ask yourself. Real simple question. But you're thinking, what's the one simple question that would remind me to just check in with myself and see the bigger picture, to help me make better decisions for everybody, including myself? Now imagine in your time machine, really quickly, you zoom all the way back to the present moment, and you're coming back to this present moment with this perspective. And imagine you inscribed these words onto your hand, these letters. And these letters are HCIBTH. And I will give you the whole thing at the end of this video to take a screenshot of. HCIBTH. You have that inscribed in your hand. And these powerful letters stand for, how can I be truly helpful? How can I be truly helpful? Zooming out in your time machine, you're 96, looking back in your life, and you're thinking, you know what? How can I be truly helpful? There might be something simple like just making somebody a cup of coffee or a cup of tea. It mightn't even be that big. Try this approach in the spirit of giving and not expecting anything in return. And trust in the process of helping others in the best way that you can. Then, when you're looking back in your life, you'll know that you did everything that you could to leave this world a better place than it was when you came into it, before you arrived here in this world. You came here and you left it better than it was when you came into it, without looking for approval. I hope this video is truly helpful and empowering you to include and take control of all the choices that are available to you in this moment and every moment that you're in, if you're willing to include them. Don't wait to reflect on your life to realize that you were in the moment, because sometimes you never realize you're in the moment until it becomes a memory. And this moment is filled with infinite choices if you're willing to include them. And as you imagine being in your time machine, zooming out into the future, looking subjectively at your life and thinking, how can I be truly helpful? Put it as a screensaver on your phone. Write it on your hand. So thank you for being truly helpful to me by watching this video all the way to the end. I'm Paul Campbell, and I look forward to being truly helpful to you in the next video. And remember, we're all in this journey together. If you found this video helpful and want to dive deeper into these techniques and you want to get support from me, then consider joining my free WhatsApp group. And there you will get a 1-minute soundbite of myself guiding you through this time machine technique, which you can play at any time on your phone. To join, simply click on the link in the description below, or you can scan the QR code at the end of this video that I'm going to provide. So let's continue to grow together and be truly helpful, and I'll see you in the group or in the next video.